realize you were doing that.
Okay, how wide do you want to limit alcohol? Alcohol is an issue. You know, the liver is the most important organ in the body. And anybody that comes into office that has major health problems, they always have liver issues. How do you know if you have liver issues? Is your wrist swollen? Inflammation. Your wrist has vitamin A, D, E, and K. Do you have varicose veins? Hemorrhoids? There's something called hemosiderin deposits where your leg is actually turns brown, sign of a liver issue. And I had some conversation with a gentleman because I speak all over the United States, and I was speaking here locally, and there's a businessman that had rheumatoid arthritis. And one of the items I suggested he not do is eat peanut butter. He ate peanut butter every day for lunch. Why not peanut butter? Because of sugar, peanuts of course, and it has partially hydrogenated oils. But he let me know that he had a glass of wine every day. Now, way back in the old days, biblical wine was totally different than modern wine. They put a lot of stuff in alcohol today. They spray a lot of chemicals on grapes. When I was out in California, they sell organic wine. I can tell you the new organic push in the future is going to be organic alcohol beverages. You're going to drink alcohol, make it yourself at home, but you don't want to put a lot of chemicals. You don't want, especially the sulfur in wine. It's going to definitely plug up your liver. Now, does it really help cardiovascular disease? They say that the French drink a glass of wine every day. Do you know the difference between what the French do and what we don't do? They don't eat trans fat. If you ever go to Europe, they shop every day because everything is constantly fresh. But in America, if you're going to eat a breakfast pastry, and I call them the torpedoes of death. You know what the torpedo of death is? It's a chocolate eclair, cream-filled, torpedo to death right here. Any kind of donut is not healthy for your liver. If you get your gallbladder up, that's not healthy. You need bile salts. We encourage a product called dandelion root. Dandelion leaf, I personally take 5 drops every day. Athlete's feet. I figured that men have athlete's feet more than women do. But I had a lady came today, she said, you know, not about have athlete's feet. So I thought, hey, you blew my theory here. Now everybody can have it. If you have athlete's feet, it's a sign to me that you have a yeast problem. We use a product in our office called Agricept L. Agricept L. You have to go slow, 5 drops a day for about a week or two. You can take 10 drops a day. It's on the internet. 10 drops a day in a quart of water. Agricept L is a citric seed extract. Lemon, grapefruit, and tangerine seed. And it will kill yeast. Now if you crave bread, if you crave pizza, and if you eat a lot of wheat products, you have a greater chance to have a athlete's foot problem. So if you have athlete's feet and fungus in your nails, the fungus, not so much in your nails and your feet's the problem, it's coming from your intestines. So we have to work on that. And we have to really get to that because that can affect your brain. I had one lady when I first started practice a long time ago, she committed suicide. I didn't know any different. It's because she was yeast toxic and it made her mental. There's a great book called The Yeast Connection by Dr. Crooks. Yeast Connection by Dr. Crooks. I would encourage you to get that. If your feet smell, now back in the good old days when I used to knock off half a bottle of gin every day and then had some wine and Kahlua, and you know, I was like as alcoholic as you could be, they could have torched me. My feet smelled bad. When I would come home and take my shoes off, put them down, the wallpaper would peel. I stopped drinking alcohol and cleaned my whole body up. My feet don't sweat so that they don't smell. And you're going to have some odor, you know, just because your feet are in shoes all day long. But I'm talking about, you know, that obnoxious odor. If you have smelly feet, you ready for this? You have a plugged up liver. But the liver's not the problem. If the liver's plugged up, guess what gets plugged up also? The kidneys. So your kidneys are your second liver. But guess what your second kidney is? Your feet. So if you have sweaty feet, the problem is not the feet. The problem is the kidney. Or the problem is not the kidney, it's the liver. It's not really the liver, it's your colon. Are you getting how it's all connected with everybody? It all comes down to digestion. So passing gas. For some reason, at least in my life, men pass the gas more than women do. You know? And so if you're burping and you're farting, especially if you have smelly farts, that is not healthy. Because that tells me poor digestion. Now, if you eat a meal and you have digestion immediately after that meal, that means you probably need more stomach enzymes. So you need a digestive aid. Don't drink water with your meals. And a lot of times men always seem to be in a hurry, so they eat too fast. Eat slow, slow. If you want fluid with your meals, have cucumbers, have some baby tomatoes. Don't drink ice water with your meals. Water will stagnate digestion. Okay? What about your BP? Well, I briefly talked about it at the beginning of the program. Sunshine. Do you know what the natural way that you can lower your cholesterol is? Sunshine. Because guess what sunshine does? It converts the cholesterol in your skin to vitamin D. What does vitamin D do? Help calcium absorption. Some people have high blood pressure because they don't have enough calcium in their body. You see how all this ties together? So I've had patients lower their blood pressure by adding calcium. We use calcium lactate in our office. We also oftentimes will use alfalfa tablets and kelp tablets. In our practice, and when I was studying for my Doctor of Natural Health degree, I've had patients take up to 6 to 9 kelp a day. Kelp will help lower your blood pressure. Men, I think, seem to have it more because if you look today in America, men have pendulous abdomens. What's that mean? They have big bellies. If you have a belly that's over 40 inches, it increases your chances of having a heart attack a lot. It's going to increase your blood pressure also. Okay? Men have it more because I think they have a lot of stress. I'm going to encourage all of you in this room right now to drink more water. Your blood pressure can go up because you don't have enough water in your body, and your blood gets too thick, and your blood pressure is going to go up. Very important. So, the next one is hair on the top of your head. Here's something that I've noticed. Us that are 50 years and older actually seem to have more hair in our head. Start looking around. Start becoming observant of what's going on in America today. How many young men between 25 and 45 years old are bald? I know it has to happen with 2 or 3 items. First, it has a lot to do with stress. I have 2 acquaintances of mine that I went to high school with. They graduated a year below me. I went off to chiropractic college, and they went off to law school. I came back with a full head of hair, and they came back both bald. It had to do with stress. I know it did. I read a book called Nutrition in the Modern Man. And in the book, they did a study on rats. God love these poor rats. Anyways, they deprived the rats of oil, and guess what happened to their hair? It fell off. Flax oil. So guess what men love to eat today? When I say men, I'm talking about teenage boys. Soda and fries. Soda, fries, and pizza. French fries made in trans fat can make you go bald. You say, oh, come on, Dr. Bob. The trans fat interrupts the good oil inside of your body. So if you're going to eat fries, have baked fries, but you want to make sure you have enough oil. If you don't have enough oil, I'll guarantee you're going to go bald and you're going to have stress. Also, your thyroid has a lot to do with it also. So if you want to keep the hair on top of your head, have your thyroid checked. You can get a thermometer, shake it down, put it underneath your armpit for 10 minutes when you first wake up in the morning. It should be 97.8 or above. That information is on our webpage at the consultation at the symptom survey form. It's also on our symptom survey form. So if you want to keep your hair, you want to make sure your thyroid is doing good. You want to make sure you have enough fat in your body. You want to make sure you're taking minerals. We use Celtic sea salt. You want protein. I've had so many people tell me that they thank me for telling them that they need to eat more protein. You could have chronic spinal pain because you don't eat enough protein. As a side note, women seem to avoid protein because they don't want to have big muscles. You need protein for muscle integrity. How do you avoid heart attacks? The #1 killer in our society today. Well, I know that if you have a subluxation right here in your spine, those vertebrae go to your heart. So because I've been practicing for over 30 years right now, we rarely ever have a patient die of a heart attack because I adjust that spot on everybody. You need to drink more water. You need B vitamins. We have whole food B vitamins on our webpage right now. B vitamins give your heart the ability to send messages down. What takes B vitamins out of your body? Sugar and stress. It all comes down to sugar and stress. I think you know what we ought to do is we ought to sell everything we have and go move to the Caribbean and start a t-shirt shop. Yeah, isn't that good? Now there's an herb that we have called hawthorn berry. Hawthorn berry promotes heart strength. Hawthorn berry. Very important, this heart. But you want to know what I've learned? Because I had the liver in there. The liver and the heart work together. They really don't work together. But the liver's right here, and your heart's here. The blood goes from your body up through your liver to the heart. Well, the piece of equipment we have in our office called an acoustic cardiogram, anytime we ever have heart challenges, we always have a plugged up liver. So we got to clean that liver up. Wow. Oh, how? First we want to eliminate sugar, trans fat. I would eliminate ice cream. Ice cream and torpedoes of death are terrible. You know, ice cream and donuts can really put and wreak a lot of havoc on your liver.